Hello, basketball fans, and welcome back to the 1A State Championships. We're here on the championship side with the Manila Mustangs tingling with the Wendover Wildcats. It's Danny Yardley and Jared Call on the call today. And Jared, this is a big game as we begin our Snow College pregame report. This is a big game for these two teams because the winner will have their ticket punched into the semifinal game tomorrow.
Yeah, that's huge. And both of these teams coming off of big wins in the first round. With Wendover, they beat Green River, they beat Pinnacle yesterday, 69-39, so not very close. Their big scorer was Orlando Alvarez. He had 21 points, hit a couple of threes, and then also Sean Dubois also had 13 points and a three. So those are the kind of the players to look out for on the Wendover side in this game.
Well, thanks. Looking at the Manila Mustangs, they're led by a balanced scoring attack, but the headliner here is definitely Tuck Davis. He comes in averaging 18 points per game, just an outstanding athlete. It's a similar starting five that they had a season ago in which they made it to the semifinals, were defeated by the Paiute Thunderbirds. Incidentally, the winner of this game will take on Paiute tomorrow in the semifinal round. Some other players for this team, it's a long list. Riley Browning, you got a guy like Kyler Hughes. It's as good of a floor general as there is in this tournament, averages 12 points per game and a ton of assists. It should just be a great game between these two teams.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're looking forward to some more competitive games as we get further along in this tournament, and I think this might be one of them.
Well, we appreciate Snow College with today's Snow College pregame report. You can check out the options Snow has for you at snow.edu. Shout out to the composites program. You can get a training and certificate in composites and go and work for places like Christensen Arms and other places right here in our backyard at Snow College. So these two programs, years of late, have been successful. 2 seasons ago, the Wendover Wildcats played for the state championship. They're defeated by the Bobcats for Pingwich. Manila has been kind of a permanent fixture lately in the semifinals. And these two coaches got Coach Murphy on one side, and on the other, Coach Mike Hughes. I mean, these guys have just been winners. Mike Hughes, 120-42. He's 74% on his career, and he's just a great coach.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, both of these teams also finishing first in their region. Wendover in Region 21, Manila in Region 22. Both of these teams are really good, and as they come together today, we should see a good contest.
Right. Kyle Murphy, I've been so impressed with him over the years. He just really built a great program out in Wendover, and should just be fun how this one turns out. You mentioned those. That's a great thought that both these teams were region champions in their respective regions, and be fun to see who comes out on top this afternoon. The opening tip is controlled by Wendover. Alvarez has the ball to get things started. The heady guard gets a pass back from Tangero, and now it's Munoz. The top of the key is Yurgil Duran. There's a three-pointer on the way. Got it! Rodel Munoz hits a Bryce Canyon City three-pointer. Failed to announce the starting lineup. We have Munoz alongside of Yurgil Duran. We have Trey Tangero, Orlando Alvarez, and Dubois getting the start today for Wendover. The ball's knocked out of bounds. The starting five is going to be last touched by Wendover. Starting five for Manila. Got Wyatt. Let's see, Wyatt Muir will come off the bench. We've got Gavin Gonder, Ashton Slaw, along with Riley Browning, Tuck Davis, and Kyler Hughes. Kyler Hughes will trigger the inbounds pass. It's a good start for the Wendover Wildcats.
Couldn't ask for anything better than a three-pointer.
And look for a stop. Kyler Hughes brings the ball out near the midcourt line. Gavin Gonder passes to Tuck Davis. Now on the left wing, it's Hughes. Top of the key, it's Slaw. Slaw dribbles once, now to Browning on the right wing. And it's a shot clock violation. A good start on both sides of the court for the Wildcats.
Incredible start. I know defensive stops are hard to come by, but a shot clock violation is one of the things that gets everybody pumped the most.
Yesterday we didn't see a lot of those. I mean, that first round there's a lot of early shots, but boy, I as the defense kind of ratchets down, I'm sure we'll see a little bit more of that deep shot clock action today. Orlando was bumped out on top by Slaw. That'll be a fun matchup. Slaw is an excellent defensive player. Orlando Alvarez, a great offensive player. Should be a fun matchup.
Yep, both feisty, good defenders, very fast.
Wildcats inbound it. Tangero dribbles right in front of Manila's bench. The The ball hits the official, stays in play. Nice job by Hughes to keep the ball alive, but it's stolen back by the quick Orlando Alvarez. Alvarez gets into the paint, loses the handle, comes right down to Dubois. He's got it off the glass for 2.
Again, there's that quickness that we were talking about from Orlando Alvarez. Just cuts into the middle of the lane and then passes it over for an easy 2 from Dubois.
Shout out to Colin. He's watched a lot of games and done a lot behind that camera today. Great camera work by him. Our producer today is David Tebbs, and also Tuck Davis, the left-hand shot off the glass is good. Tuck Davis, wow, just showing what kind of athlete he is. Also, Elizabeth Alstrom doing a great job producing today's broadcast. So that's the first basket for Manila. The other way, the layup is no good. Tough break shot for Munoz. The ball's last touched by Munoz.
Yeah, right there, Wendover got exactly what they wanted, an easy bucket under the hoop, but you just need to finish those easy layups, especially in a game that's going to be pretty close like this.
Kyler Hughes has the ball in the corner. He's got a collision down low, and the foul's going to go against the defensive player for Wendover. Wendover came into the tournament with a 7 seed. Manila, of course, the number 2 seed. Big win for the Pirate Thunderbirds moments ago over the Valley Buffaloes. Here's a 3-pointer up, not this time for Slaw. And the ball's tipped out of bounds by Manila.
That was a good chase by Riley Browning. Going there, he was the only one from the Manila Mustangs that was in there for the rebound. Just couldn't pull it down this time.
In the game yesterday that you mentioned earlier, Jared, Browning was the Visit BryceCanyonCity.com player of the game. Had a great game in yesterday's first round action. Nice pass down to Dubois. What a look from Orlando.
Mm-hmm. That's something that it looks like they're trying to get more and more often on the offensive end, is Alvarez taking on point and then having Dubois do cuts along the baseline.
The ball's knocked out of bounds by Orlando Alvarez. Again, going back to what you said, Jared, this is about as good of a start as you could imagine for the Wildcats. They lead at 7-2. Nearing 5 minutes to play in the first frame.
And they've been doing it on both ends of the court, too.
It's a good touch down low. Shot, it's no good for Gonder.
All of Manila's shots so far have been highly contested, tough shots, low percentage shots.
Orlando, no good. That was from out on I-15, I-80. That shot's no good, and the rebound comes down to Manila. The shot by Kyler Hughes, no. Followed by Tuck, no. Ball's knocked out, but chased down by Slaw. Nice hustle on the foul. It's going to go against Manila, Wendover's Raudel Munoz.
That's just one of those plays. Both players are hustling to the ball, and it's just a race. Whoever gets there first gets the ball and the foul.
Wyatt Muir checks in. He is a great player coming off the bench. It's really nice for Coach Mike Hughes to have a guy of his prowess to be able to come off bench and give his team a spark.
Yeah, he leads the team in three-pointers made this season with 27.
Tuck Davis loses the handle momentarily. He gathers, shoots, scores, and he's fouled. Tuck Davis.
Tuck Davis is the tallest player on the court for both teams. His size is something that Manila will probably try to involve more in their game plan as the game moves forward.
Manila is good from our Legacy Hardware free throw line. Tuck Davis has all the points today for Manila so far, all 5. Today, Wendover didn't start Coda Bear. He started yesterday's game. He may have a task at times to try to slow down that inside presence for Manila. Alvarez to Munoz. Munoz drives inside, loses the handle. Ball's loose on the floor. BF foul, jump ball, travel. Goes a turnover against Wendover.
He drove the lane, and it was like a gauntlet. Everybody's hands were slapping at the ball, and he went up and just couldn't get it out before he came back down.
Here comes Coda Bear check into the game.
Just like he called for. Although, yeah.
Timeout's called. We'll take it. You're tuned in to 1A State Championship Basketball, brought to you by Chicken Lights and Chrome Truck Show in Pingwich.
Bryce Canyon National Park is celebrating its 100th anniversary with concerts, festivals, and events throughout the year. Start making plans now to join us for this once-in-a-lifetime celebration at brycecanyon.org.
125 years of growth, of exploring, of discovering new possibilities. 125 years of innovating, of connecting, of soaring to new heights. At Southern Utah University, students are our number one priority. Everything we do, our programs, professors, services, are here to help you succeed, impacting the lives of generations. We've put you first for 125 years, and we're just getting started.
This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by the University of Utah, TeamHive.live, and KTTA Channel 8.1. Kyler Hughes has the ball. Finds a cutting Browning. It's blocked. Nice defense. The shot comes right back down to Manila, but the shot is no good on the follow-up attempt by Zane Thomas, who's just checked into the game. Zane, the senior, does a great job for this team off the bench. Out on top is Raul Valle, who's just checked in. There's a pass down low to Coda. Too tall. Nice hustle by Tangero, though, picking up the loose ball.
Incredible save there, jumping out of bounds.
So on a 10-second shot clock, the Wildcats work. There's a dump down low to Coda. He's got to shoot it. Bear doesn't go up with it. He throws it out of bounds. Goes a turnover. That's one thing we noticed in the 1A preview this year, Jared, that this Manila team is a defensive force. They are a very good defensive team.
Yeah, they're playing a man defense right now, and they are just all over everybody. Nobody can seem to get separation on Wendover or Manila's side.
Wendover had some early looks, but boy, it's tightened down. And there's going through a screen that time was Tangero. He'll pick up a foul. Tangero with bright pink shoes down there. The Manila fans will remember Jordan Lucio from years past, an all-stater from Manila. He wore bright purple shoes. So much fun to watch him play. He's a great player.
Even better when they have awesome shoes on.
Ball's knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats with 3:01 left to go. Wendover has been in control of this game really from the get-go. A three-pointer was made right from the start of the game by Munoz. And a foul before the ball. Is that some kind of a technical foul when there's a foul before the ball is passed in?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe not. So it just go as a regular personal foul.
I guess it's up to the referees at this point.
Tuck Davis, tough shot off the glass. No. Coda Bear snags rebound.
That's what we were talking about with Coda Bear, just his size. He matches Tuck Davis' size, and so that's a matchup that we're going to want to watch more.
Another long three's up and good by Munoz. He's hit 2 Bryce Canyon City threes. I'm pretty sure that was just this side of Salina. He pulled up from that long three. A couple steps beyond the college three-point line.
Yep, some we've seen early from Wendover. They're not afraid to shoot it from deep.
Browning has the ball on the right wing. He'll try a three-pointer. No. Nice rebound by Zane Thomas. He's tied up. Yes, on the rebound. The alternate possession arrow points in Manila's direction. Jared, one thing that I enjoy watching on teams are inbound plays. It's fun to watch good teams like this run smooth inbounds plays. But this one is stolen. Nice defense that time by Wendover. Coda Bear has nice position, lets 2 guys fly by off the glass. It's good.
That was amazing patience by Coda Bear right there. He got the ball. He knew the 2 defenders were on his back. Just sat there, let them fly by, and then went up for the easy 2.
What a great play. He's a third Wildcat to score, and Orlando Alvarez goes for the steal. He gets the steal. He saves it in bounds off Wyatt Sneaker, and oh boy, Wyatt Muir didn't even see that coming. That was a really quick play by Orlando Alvarez.
He is so fast. It's incredible to watch him play.
It's fun to see players affect a game on both sides of the court.
Absolutely.
So 12-5, somewhat surprising start to this game. Pass too tall for Coda Bear. It goes a turnover against Wendover.
Now, they've gone to Coda Bear on the last couple of possessions. They've connected on a couple of them, haven't quite connected like we just saw, but they're obviously trying to involve him in the game, get him the ball in the post.
Coda, one of the leaders in last year's weights in track and field, shot put and discus. Wyatt Muir is fouled. That's the 6th team foul. Wow, in the first quarter against the Wendover Wildcats.
And that's something that even though Manila hasn't had a ton of offensive, they only have the 5 points from Tuck Davis, but they have, like we said, have drawn 6 fouls from Wendover. And so that's something to keep an eye on. Even though they're not producing offensively right now, that will come back to help them in the future.
I think that's a good point. I think Wendover has now played 9 guys in this first quarter. So Coach Murphy's gone deep into his bench. There's a pass down low. It's easy one for Gondry. He misses the layup. Gets his own rebound. Shoots it back up. No. But he'll come to our Legacy East Harbor free throw line for a pair. We're not talking about fruit. A pair of free throws here, Jared.
A good one.
Another senior gets ready to check in for the Manila Mustangs. Woodrow Bear will check in after this free throw. It's good. Woodrow Bear replaces Zane Thomas. Gavin Gonder set for his second one.
And again, we saw Wendover make a couple of changes as well. Both teams are just shuffling through their lineups right now, trying to find something that will stick and will work.
Sean Dubois still in. Raul Valle, number 0, you can see on your screen. Raul Munoz, number 3. The second free throws in and out. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Manila.
That's got to be one of the hardest calls to make in basketball. Is when 2 players go up for a rebound, they both hit it, and then it goes out of bounds. And also in for the Wendover Wildcats is Kevin Gonzalez, sophomore forward, 5'9".
Thank you, Jared. The shot is up and good. And that's, Dubois, you felt like he played really well in yesterday's game.
Yes, he really did. And he's proving to be just a baseline cutter that they're getting him easy shots on the base.
14-6. It's an 8-point lead. Wow. For the number 7 Wendover Wildcats, and another foul. That'll be the shooting bonus in the first period.
This is crazy. 8-1 is the foul count. I'm not saying that that's out of hand or that the refs are calling an unequal game. It's just Manila is being very physical on the offensive end. They're going to draw those fouls. They're being aggressive, and that's where we're seeing all these fouls come from.
That's the second personal foul against Wilbur Rodriguez. So checking into the game. Will be Efren Del Muro as the shot is no good from the free throw line on the front end of the 1-and-1. All 4 free throws in this quarter have been attempted by the Manila Mustangs.
And if they want to make their way back into this game, they're going to have to start at the free throw line.
They should have plenty of attempts. This is a travel go against Wendover Wildcats. Again, that's 6 turnovers. Our statistician, Austin Owens, today points that out. 6 first quarter turnovers by the Wildcats. Good defense put on by the Manila Mustangs. On the right wing in the corner, it's Bear with 3 seconds left. Kyler Hughes, where the shot clock, gets in the paint, shoots up, no good off the back of the iron. And that's how the first quarter will come to its close. It's an 8-point cushion for the Wendover Wildcats. You're listening to 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games is Utah's premier sporting event. The games are hosted by Southern Utah University, and we invite you to be part of the action. Register today and compete in a variety of events, from barrel racing, skeet shooting, basketball, track, arm wrestling, long-range rifle and pistol shooting, ultimate frisbee, horseshoes, swimming, and so much more. Find your event and register today at utahsummergames.org.
Wells Rural Electric exists to serve its members and support its communities. We're proud of Wendover student athletes. Go Wildcats! Windy Mesa Studios in Bainbridge is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014.
This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by Ruby's Inn on TeamHive.live and KTTA. Fans, stay tuned. Just a little while later in the second quarter, we'll have our Fab Rats trivia question for you. Remember, the first correct answer will score you a custom Fab Rats t-shirt you can pick up here at our sports broadcast area at the SVC. 14-6 is the tally as we begin quarter number 2. Wendover has the ball to start. It's kind of a 2-3 zone put on. There's 3-pointers up and good again. Orlando Alvarez, way deep.
Now, we were kind of talking in the break about Manila, only 6 points in the first quarter. This year, they're averaging 14.1 points. So they're below half
per quarter.
Per first quarter.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a great stat. Thanks, Jared. 3-pointers up and no good. And it's suddenly an 11-point lead. Holy cow.
And Wendover has the ball here.
Down low Dakota. Dakota's shot is up and no good. The rebound comes down to Gavin Gonder. It's also an interesting sign to me that the leading scorer for this team has only made one basket, Orlando Alvarez, who just canned that Bryce Canyon City three-pointer. That's his first basket of the game. Here's Slaw for three. Have to bank. No. Rebound to Gavin Gonder. Gonder up strong. No. Another rebound. This is Browning. Browning's shot among the tall timber. No. And Coda Bear snags rebound. He goes down. Was able to clear the rebound to Orlando Alvarez.
I feel like we've seen so many of those kinds of possessions for Manila. They get down into the post but just can't make the easy two-pointers.
Another catch shoot for Orlando. No. The rebound comes right down to Coda Bear. Goes out off of his hands. He saves it right in bounds to Tuck Davis. Tuck takes it himself. Tuck's picked. His pocket got picked by Orlando Alvarez. Orlando, runner from the free throw line, not this time. And the ball's kicked out of bounds by Coda Bear. What a great steal by Orlando Alvarez.
This guy is so fast. And it's not only that his feet are faster, that he can move down the court fast. His reaction time is so quick, and he can get his hands in the passing lanes just like that.
His sophomore year, him and Peter Alvarez were so fun to watch play together. Jaime Montalvo, another player on that team, is just a lot of fun.
And again, his hands show themselves again.
Jumper by Hughes, yes. What a big shot from Manila. That's just what they needed.
Seems like that's their first field goal in the last 7 minutes or so.
So 8-17 is now our score, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. Here's the thing about Manila. When you play defense like Manila does, you can survive a poor shooting game just because you limit the opportunities for the other team. And I mean, Manila is very capable of climbing back into this game.
Yeah, and the score right now isn't showing that bucket that Kyler Hughes just made on the other end. There, now it changed. They've got it corrected there.
Colin Cook took him. He made sure they got it right yesterday. Glad you're keeping an eye on that, Jared. Now we got the shot clock resolved. It's kind of been a grind on the shot clock from time to time this tournament. With 6 minutes to go, 17-8 is the score. Kyler Hughes, that was a big shot for his team. See if they can kind of get some momentum now, as momentum has been all in favor of the Wildcats so far in this one. Three-pointer on the way by Hughes. Yes, that's what all staters do, Jared.
Yep.
5 straight points as we go into a break. 17-11 is the score. It's the Wendover Wildcats ball when we come back on 1aball.com.
You're in Paris with a group from the University of Utah, studying intellectual traditions, like Rene Descartes, who said, "I think, therefore I am." So deep. Then it suddenly hits you.
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join an on-campus living team. Yes, our freshman experience is refreshingly different. Only at the U.
What many are calling the best country music dinner show anywhere. Nightly at Bryce Canyon's Ebenezer's Barn and Grill. Live music with some of Nashville's best musicians and singers. I got a feeling called the blues. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso. A show that walks you through the history of country music and the history of Bryce Canyon. Hell of a place to lose a cat. The show runs every night. That's right, every night from April to October. Get your tickets now at Ebenezer'sBarnandGrill.com.
Sean Dubois nails a three-pointer coming back from the timeout. What a big shot. He answers the three made by Hughes moments ago. In the SU pregame report, Jared, you had highlighted him, and man, he's had a great game. Shot again, 7 straight points for Manila, all courtesy of Kyler Hughes.
Yeah, hopefully he's given this Manila team a little bit more energy. They're seeing the ball go in the basket now. He's kind of being that leader right now, and we'll see if it can wear off on any of the other players.
Tangero with the long three, no. Dubois pulls down an offensive board. Tuck Davis goes for the steal. Nice job by Dubois to hang on to that one. Dubois now in the right wing. It's Raul Valle. Raul gets Cota. Cota clears it, lays it, scores it.
Now on that possession, they were looking to get the ball to Orlando Alvarez. And yeah, he's only scored 3 points, but he's kind of been the facilitator for offense on Wendover. But Ashton Slaw has been all over him on the defensive end.
And the other end, it's a turnover. Nice job by Cota Bear causing the turnover. The ball is last touched by Gavin Goner. So Zane Thomas checks in for him. And let's see who just turned in coming into the game. It's Munoz for the Wendover Wildcats. So Wendover has kind of survived that swing that Kyler Hughes has brought on, and they still have a 9-point lead.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of not letting Manila gain momentum. Yes, Manila has been scoring, and Hughes has been going on a little run here, but Wendover is matching them shot for shot.
Right, trading baskets, and if you have a 9-point lead, that's fine.
Right.
Cota Bear gets away inside. Pretty good footwork by the big fella. Can't get the shot to go over the front of the rim. And it goes a stop for Manila. Here's a pass down the other way in a hurry. Browning scores it. Nice pass from Hughes.
It's impressive court vision and a great placed pass, too.
Yeah, they don't have football at Manila, but that was quite a throw. It's a 7-point lead for Wendover. Ball's loose on the floor, picked up by Browning, who hands to Tuck Davis. It's a 2-on-1 fast break. Tuck takes himself, scores up the right hand. No, doesn't go in, and he gets called for the travel.
That's maybe the worst thing that could have happened on that possession right there. You have a 2-on-1, and even if the shot would have counted, it's ruled off by the travel.
Break for Wendover. I thought the ball was going to drop in. It slipped out, but as you point out, Jared, wouldn't have counted anyway. Manila on defense. On top with it is Valle once again. Valle attracts the crowd. Pass to Munoz. Munoz on the short corner. Back to Valle. Valle doesn't take the three. Gets in the paint. Floater in the paint. Yes! Everybody's doing it. 5 different guys have now scored for Wendover. 15-24, back to a 9-point lead. Here's a jumper. No. The rebound is pulled down by Wendover, and a foul is called.
It's interesting to see the contrasting offensive styles here, because Wendover is playing just bang, 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 passing, trying to get Cutters the ball on the inside in the post. Whereas on the other side, Manila has been playing a lot of off-ball movement, where they have one player kind of hold the ball and then do off-ball screens to try and get open players.
I think that Manila is doing a little more ISO than I normally see them do. Players getting a little bit nervous. But again, no need to panic yet. Just got to keep playing good defense if you're Manila. 3-pointers up and no good. Goner with the rebound. He's fouled. And after 7 first quarter fouls, that's only 2 here in the second quarter against the Wildcats.
Yep. But still, they're headed to the line again. And like we said earlier in the first quarter, you have to make your free throws if you're going to come back in this kind of a game.
Gavin, 1 of 2 from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Glad you could join us at the 1A State Championships. We told you that we would keep you tuned for our Fab Rats tribute project that's coming up, the next dead ball. Fab Rats, that great family-friendly YouTube channel. His free throw is no good. So 2 for 4 from the free throw line are the Mustangs from Manila, from out in Flaming Gorge country. 24-15 is the score. Valle passes to Munoz in the corner. Munoz across the zone to Orlando. Catch, shoot, 3. Got it again. his second, Bryce Canyon City 3 of this quarter. And now it's the widest margin of the game at 12 points. Here's to match it, Tuck Davis, no. Orlando Alvarez gets the rebound.
Now, if you're Manila, you're down 12, but there's still a whole half of basketball to be played. There's no reason to start chucking up early shots on the shot clock.
Okay, fans, it's now time for our Fab Rats trivia question, and this is kind of an old school, early on question for you. Here we go. What was the name of Paul's original YouTube channel? So what were we before Fab Rats? If you can tell us what it used to be, you can score a Fab Rats shirt. You can email us at uhsslive@gmail.com. Our Fab Rats trivia question: what was the original name of Paul's YouTube channel? 27-15. The lead is a dozen for the Wendover Wildcats. There's a backdoor cut. Shot is up and good. Wow, what a play. Munoz averages 10 points per game. He's got 8 as we approach halftime. It's a 14-point lead.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
If they keep playing like this, he's going to have well more than 10 points.
So a long three by Browning, no. Rebound comes down to Tuck Davis, yes. Just a workhorse, Tuck Davis.
Yeah, if you're going to take threes like that, that's great, but you do need to crash the boards. Someone like Tuck Davis would be perfect for cleaning up and getting 2 points out of that possession.
He's got 7. Kyler Hughes has 7. The rest of the team have only accounted for 3. The jumper the other way for Orlando Alvarez is good. He's cutting in a groove. He's got 8 points in this quarter.
Yeah, bad news for Manila if he can get hot in addition to everybody else that's been scoring for Wendover.
There's a three-pointer in the way, no. Manila gets the offense rebound. It's Kyler Hughes. He scores it. 9 points in the quarter for Kyler Hughes. So the shot clock's turned off. We have 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. And Manila facing a 12-point deficit. Orlando, isolation, kicks it out. Valle gets a pass back. He tries one at the buzzer, and that'll be it. Nonetheless, it's a 12-point lead for the Wendover Wildcats. A surprising game here in quarterfinal action. We'll be back with our halftime thoughts with our SUU halftime report. Right after this, you're listening to basketball on KTTA 8.1 and TeamHive.live.
This year, as we celebrate Bryce Canyon National Park's 100th anniversary, we invite you to be part of the Bryce Canyon Association so that future generations can enjoy it as we do today.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit BryceCanyonCityUT.com.
At halftime, we welcome you to our SU halftime report, brought to you by Southern Utah University. Come soar with us. At SU.edu, you can check out the great options that SU has for you. Well, Jared Call, let's take a quick look at some stats on our SU halftime report. What jumps out from the stat sheet to you?
Jump out is a good word to use because the first two things that jumped off the page to me, Wendover is 5 of 9 from three-point line. They're shooting 55%. That's going to win you the ball game if you can keep that up. If you can hit another 5 threes in the second half, that may be good enough to win on its own. They're also 8 of 11 from the field, whereas on the other side, Manila is only 7 of 18 and 1 of 7 from 3.
That's a big discrepancy, 1 of 7 compared to 5 of 9. I'm taking a look at some individual scoring. Again, we mentioned Kyler Hughes and Tuck Davis. They each have 7 points apiece, but only 3 points have been mustered by the remainder of the Mustangs herd. In this case, Riley Browning with 2 and Gavin Gondor with 1 for the Wendover Wildcats. Would you like to look at the individual scoring for them at halftime?
You're going to need more points than just 2 people from Manila, because on the other side for Wendover, you have Orlando Alvarez with 8 points. You got Sean Dubois with 9 points. You have Rodel Munoz with 8 points. They're having 3 or 4 players that are contributing, whereas it's only 2 from Manila.
Yeah, that's a huge difference, and that's certainly been impactful for getting this 12-point advantage for the Wildcats. We'll go ahead and take a quick break in between cheerleaders, and coming up next, we'll have the Wildcat cheerleaders on 1aball.com.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com. Race scheduled for July 15th.
Welcome back to the SUU Halftime Report. It's a 12-point advantage for the Wendover Wildcats. A surprising score here at halftime. From the very beginning of the season, the Manila Mustangs have been a favorite to win the state championship. They come in the number 2 seed in the tournament, and the Wildcats just had other ideas today.
Yeah, and they really came out of the gate just swinging. They hit a couple of threes. They got up to a 5-point lead, and then it was 8, and then now it's 12. Manila's got to find a way to stop the bleeding here.
Yeah, and the one thing that I've been impressed with that you brought up in the first half was that the defense the Wildcats have put on. I mean, they've been called for a lot of fouls, but it's been physical, and they've kind of made a statement on their defensive end.
Right, and even though they are getting those fouls called on them, no one's in foul trouble quite yet. I mean, they do have a couple of players with 2 fouls. Trey Tangaro has 2 fouls. Wilbur Rodriguez has 2 fouls, and Uriel Durian has 2 fouls. But nobody has 3. The big scorers are still fine, like Dubois and Alvarez. They have 1 foul between them. So that physical defense is going to send a message without really costing them too much yet on the foul line. So
the foul's been pretty evenly dispersed. The points been evenly dispersed, and it's spelled good things so far for the Wildcats in this one. We'll take another break on our SU Halftime Report. We'll be back for more as the Wildcats lead the Mustangs on 1aball.com.
Tired of wondering when to ride? We invite you to Bryce Canyon Mule Days 2023. Join us April 30th through May 6th in Tropic, Utah. There will be guided mule rides, vendors, food and fun, arena events, a Friday night concert featuring Bren Hill and Andy Nelson, and the premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on Saturday, May 6th. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com, and we will see you there.
Hey, this is Dr. Rob Barrick, the smile artist located here in Cedar City. If you've ever wanted a new smile, but something's been holding you back, I'd love to spend a minute with you and just answer your questions. If you go to my website, you can set up a free 15-minute video phone call with me where we can just talk about it. The next step is also free. You'd come in and we'd actually design your smile together right there in the chair, print it out, and have you snap it in and give it a test run before doing the actual veneers. To check out my smile portfolio, visit drrobdental.com.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Paul, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Just like we meant it now. All right.
For over 50 years, Flaming Gorge Resort has offered lodging, restaurant, rafting, RV park, and fishing guides for anyone visiting the Flaming Gorge area. Stop in and see us at Flaming Gorge Resort.
You're on this campus business team that lives and works together at the University of Utah. Your team has come up with this cool new ski rack. For real, it's going to market. Then you say to yourself, hold on, sports fans.
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join a campus living team. Yes, our freshman experience is refreshingly different. Only at the U.
The Gifts from Grady Foundation Charity Poker Run will be held April 22nd. For registration rules and regulations, go to giftsfromgrady.com. Raising awareness about organ donation, one tiny donor at a time, in honor of Grady Boy.
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese and Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese.
Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need.
In Inline Outdoors is a family-owned clothing company located in Wendover, Utah. We support the Wildcat basketball teams. Good luck at state. Go Cats!
Legacy Ace Hardware and Sporting Goods, 159 North Main in Panguitch. Come in and visit us for all your hardware and sporting good needs. Legacy Ace Hardware, proudly supporting Utah high school athletics.
You like car shows? Well, let's supersize it, as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Panguitch Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Panguitch Main Street from 8 to 10:30. Saturday, the show will be at the Panguitch City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75. We support all the truck drivers that make our communities better. We wish all teams success.
Bryce Canyon National Park is celebrating its 100th anniversary with concerts, festivals, and events throughout the year. Start making plans now to join us for this once-in-a-lifetime celebration at brycecanyon.org.
125 years of growth, of exploring, of discovering new possibilities. 125 years of innovating, of connecting, of soaring to new heights. At Southern Utah University, students are our number one priority. Everything we do, our programs, professors, services, are here to help you succeed, impacting the lives of generations. We've put you first for 125 years, and we're just getting started.
Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games is Utah's premier sporting event. The games are hosted by Southern Utah University, and we invite you to be part of the action. Register today and compete in a variety of events, from barrel racing, skeet shooting, basketball, track, arm wrestling, long-range rifle and pistol shooting, ultimate frisbee, horseshoes, swimming, and so much more. Find your event and register today at utahsummergames.org.
Wells Rural Electric exists to serve its members and support its communities. We're proud of Wendover student athletes. Go Wildcats! Windy Mesa Studios in Panguitch is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014.
Manila faces a 12-point deficit to start the second half, and Jared, tell us a few of your keys to this second half.
I'm going to start with Manila. You've got to find an offensive rhythm. They got a little bit out of whack at the end of that second quarter there, as we see a low post foul called. But at the end of that second quarter, they started jacking up threes. It looked like they were feeling the pressure. They're like, oh, no, we're down 12 to the 7th seed. We need to make a lot more buckets. You're not going to get it all back in one or two shots. Just find a rhythm, play your game.
It's a near steal, be a jump ball, and the alternating possession will go to Wendover. How about your keys to the game for Wendover these last two quarters?
Wendover has really been doing it. Their quickness, their athleticism in the fast breaks, and also on the offensive end as we come into this set. We'll see if they start to move the ball with the same quickness. Really, everything they were doing in the first half was great. They can cut down a little bit on the turnovers, make sure they get their passes in the post down. But if they just keep doing the same offensive scheme that they had in the first half, they should be able to pull this one out.
Be a major upset. We do have a Fab Rats Center fans going back to our second quarter. The question was, what was the name of Paul's original YouTube channel? And Lindsay Shaw, you've answered it correctly. Please come and snag your Fab Rats t-shirt. His original channel was called Easy Does It. Fab Rats, what a great name. Kind of an upgrade, although Easy Does It is cool, but Fab Rats is cooler. And congratulations. Come grab your t-shirt. Stay tuned for our Fab Rats trivia question during each broadcast throughout the state tournament. A foul's called the other end after Manila made a basket to start the half.
Yeah.
It's your boy, Sean Dubois. Dubois has been fantastic.
Yes, he really has been. And here we see Tuck Davis, who had 5 points in the opening quarter, only 2 in the second quarter. Misses on that free throw there. Something that we saw in this possession right here, Tuck Davis fighting so hard for the rebound. getting it, going back up strong with the ball. Keep doing that if you're Manila, because eventually these fouls will start to build up for Wendover.
Tuck makes 1 of 2 on this trip to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Legacy Ace Hardware, your source for camping gear and all the great hardware you'd come to expect in downtown Panguitch. 33-20 is the score. It's a 13-point lead for this Wendover Wildcat team. Orlando Alvarez flips it down low. What a nice pass to Dubois. Dubois is fouled, and he'll come to the free throw line.
That was a wild pass. I totally thought he was going to the corner, but he kind of did this little no-look flick, and it went down to Dubois, caught everybody off guard, including the Manila defender that fouled him.
If you've ever been bowling with someone that bowls with a spin, that's what that looked like. He kind of puts an English on that somehow and kind of threw a boomerang curveball. The first free throw from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line is good. That is the first free throw attempt by the Wildcats in this game. Second one's short. Sean's had a great game. Now 11 points with our scores. Other way, it's up and good. Nice job by Slaw. And a timeout's called. We'll take it as well. It's a 12-point lead for the Wendover Wildcats. When we come back, you're watching 1A State Championship Basketball on TeamHive.live.
You're in Paris with a group from the University of Utah, studying intellectual traditions, like Rene Descartes, who said, "I think, therefore I am." So deep. Then it suddenly hits you.
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join an on-campus living team. Yes, our freshman experience is refreshingly different. Only at the U.
This year, as we celebrate Bryce Canyon National Park's 100th anniversary, we invite you to be part of the Bryce Canyon Association so that future generations can enjoy it as we do today.
This 1A State Championship presentation is brought to you by the Bryce Canyon Association, as you just saw on your screen. And they're celebrating 100 years this year. There's going to be all kinds of great things happening, but the highlight of the celebration will be the piano guys coming to perform live out at Bryce. Should be a great event. Hope you can go out and participate in that out at Bryce Canyon City at the Bryce 100-year celebration. So the lead is a dozen. It's been as many as 2 touchdowns at 14 points. And with 6:37 left to go in the third quarter, shot clock resets here. That was a big hoop by Slaw. His first basket of the game, but an important one.
Yeah, and it really comes off what we've been seeing him do on the defensive end with his defense on Orlando Alvarez. He's been pressuring him super, super hard the last little bit. And now on the offensive end, it translated and he got down really quickly and got an easy bucket.
Manila has really tried to come out with some intensity a couple times out of timeouts, kind of bring their zone out just a little bit to pressure the ball. Here's Tangero, the corner three, no. And Kyler Hughes snags the rebound for the Mustangs. Kyler in a hurry, beats everyone down, lays up off the glass, too soft. Rebound, Tuck Davis, tucked back up and good. He's done a good job rebounding the ball offensively today.
Yeah, and at least 4 of his points have come off of second chance points like that, like off an offensive rebound.
So 3-pointer by Valle hangs no.
Now Manila defensively, they've gone to a 1-3-1, which is giving Wendover threes, and they've been finding them and getting them up, but they just haven't been making them.
It would be hard to be 55% 2 halves in a row from downtown.
Yes, very, very hard.
Goes a turnover against Manila, and Wildcats passes bat away by Tuck Davis. Tuck is an excellent hurdler, great hurdler in these 1A ranks. It'll be fun to watch him this spring.
Yes, that doesn't surprise me that he's a track or a field athlete, because he's been super athletic today, jumping for the ball, running, and then getting back down on defense like we just saw. He stopped the fast break.
So 24-34 is the score. Coda Bear, he was great in the first half. Coda gets position. He's fouled by Tuck Davis. Had 3 Mustangs all around him, and he's able to produce or draw the foul.
Yeah, and again, with the 1-3-1 zone, if they can work it to the corner and then back into Coda Bear, he's going to have a matchup, and it's going to be a problem for Manila if they can't get double and triple teams on him like that.
Coda Bear comes to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. His first free throw was good. Soft touch. We mentioned that yesterday. You know, going back to what you just said, Jared, I didn't anticipate, with the way Manila is so good with passing lanes, they're long, they have great length, I didn't anticipate the Wildcats being able to move the ball this well against this Manila team.
Right, and it seems like they've just gone tit for tat. As soon as Manila's defense throws something different at him, as Coda Bear makes that second free throw, Wendover has adjusted on the fly instantly and is still being able to find open spots in the defense.
That's a great point. Back to a 12-point advantage. Here's Kyler Hughes trying to find Tuck Davis. Pretty good defense that time by Wendover. Now Tuck gets on the low block guard by Codaberry. Goes up strong. No foul. The rebound comes right down to Zane Thomas. He scores it. Nice job by Zane.
Yeah, with his first bucket of the day. Codaberry doing everything you can do as a big man. Just standing, being big, but at that time it was just too much.
Coda catches the pass in the middle of the key. Good hands. He hangs on to it back to Orlando Alvarez. Mustangs doing a good job on him in this third quarter. Orlando clears the pass to Munoz, and the pass is too much for Dubois. He saves it in bounds to Orlando Alvarez. Wow, how did he get that? Pass to Dakota Bear off the glass. No.
That was a wild sequence.
Right between, I believe, 4 Manila players right there, and Orlando Alvarez was the first guy to the ball.
Again, he is so fast.
Tuck Davis gets the ball down low. Comes in averaging 19 points per contest. It's good for Slaw and Zane Thomas getting the scoring column because besides Hughes and Davis, not many guys have done so today for Manila. What a pass down to Tuck. He's fouled. That was a great find by the Florida General, Kyler Hughes.
Yep, and Tuck had a mismatch there. Somehow in the switching that Wendover did, Raul Valle was guarding Tuck, and so there's a huge height differential, and they were able to find it and exploit it.
Tuck comes to the Legacy's Harbor free throw line. Davis 1 of 2 from there this afternoon. Free throw goes in, gets kind of a friendly, I'm not even sure if that was a bounce, kind of a friendly slide off the back of the rim.
Yes, not pretty, but it counts either way.
Tuck Davis, he'll be a first-team All-Stater. Free throw's good. Davis now with 12 points in the game. With under 4 to play in the third quarter. What a pass down to Dubois. Off the glass, no. Dubois with the rebound. Nice work, and it's going to be a jump ball. No, a foul. A foul is going to be called against Manila.
Like you were saying earlier, Danny, Manila comes out with the trap at half court, and what does Wendover do? They find a wide open Dubois underneath the basket.
It's just been a difficult game for Manila to kind of find an identity. You talked about it at halftime. For them to kind of get in their mojo, it's been hard on either side of the floor today. For whatever reason, I guess a lot of credit goes to Wendover.
Mm-hmm.
Manila comes with a 20-4 record. They haven't been in this position very often, as you pointed out at halftime during our SUU halftime report. Stay tuned for our Ruby's Inn postgame report at the conclusion of this afternoon's contest. Coda Bear drives base. He's stopped to the short corner, passes out. Nice look. Kaye for 3, no. And a strong rebound comes down to Wilbur Rodriguez. Wildcats reset. It's a pick and roll down to Coda. Coda's shot is no good. Rebound by Dubois. He's got an easy one.
Now, Dubois isn't the tallest player on the court, but he's physical down in the block, and he's got nice touch as if he were a big man.
13 points. I'd have to say that the height advantage, we talked about this, touched on it briefly in the first half. I think Manila's probably got a little bit of a height advantage, but you wouldn't think it today. I mean, the Wildcats have really played strong down low.
Yep. And now with Coda Bear coming off of the court, Tuck Davis is now the tallest player on the court for Manila. So we'll see if they can exploit that. But like you said, just
Tuck, tough one off the glass. No, just one of those games. Been so many of those shots that might as well have crawled over the rim to tickle the nylon, but just been kind of a rough go.
And that's 4 fouls on Uriel Duran. So now we start to see the Wendover players who, like we said, there were 10 fouls in the first half for them. We're starting to see them get into this foul trouble, and we'll see how Coach Kyle Murphy can react to that.
It's kind of only a matter of time, as you pointed out. That foul trouble at some point will rear its ugly head.
In comes Trey Tangaro for Duran.
Second one is good from the Legacy Hardware free throw line. 1 of 2 on this trip for Tuck Davis. Davis will check out for just a moment. I wouldn't assume that he would be on the bench for long. Expect this 1-3-1 three-quarter court trap. Tongero. Get it passed down low to Dubois again. Not this time. Gets on rebound again. Misses it. And a rebound foul goes against Cameron Slaw. Goodness. Just lots of action, and it's been kind of a slog for Manila. But again, going back to the thought in the first half, Manila plays such good defense. I mean, this isn't an insurmountable lead to come back from.
Right. I mean, it was started off at 8, and then it got up to 14, like you said. Now it's 9, and they have a chance to cut it to 7.
Just shot by Kyler. Yes! What a play. Steal on one side, tough layup on the other for Kyler Hughes. He's got 9 points. Just like that, it's a 7-point game. It's been as many as a 14-point lead for the Wildcats. And just like that, Manila's kind of gotten some momentum. Here's a pass to Tangero. Had a pretty good look at it, can't get it to go, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Gavin Gondry. Nice job by Mandy Morrill. You can see that down there on your screen, the camera press member. Nice catch. Mandy from the Paiute High class of 1998. 38-31 is the score. Dakota Bear catches it. Nice footwork, spins, scores.
He's just so much bigger than everybody else around him. There's no way he wasn't going to score that one.
He's super agile. He's a good athlete. 8 points for him off the bench today. That's a big basket. Back to 9-point lead. A three-pointer by Wyatt, no good. You mentioned that Wyatt Muir leads this team in three-point shooting. Had a pretty good look at it.
Yep.
Alvarez gets it down low to Dakota Bear. He's been a handful. Nice look from one post to the other, and Dubois scores it.
I have no idea how he got that pass into Dubois. There was not a lane. There were 3 hands in his way, and yet somehow Dakota Bear finds a seam to Dubois for an easy 2.
That 4-0 spurt gives the Wildcats an 11-point cushion, 42-31. Tuck Davis in some trouble, lays up with his left hand. What an impossible shot off the glass for 2.
I'm loving this right now. This is like old school basketball with bigs just banging in the post.
Here's a three-pointer on the way. No. Dakota Bear and Tuck Davis go for the round. Tuck comes out of there with it. Tuck up in a hurry to Wyatt Muir. Wyatt shot with the right hand, left side. No. And the rebound's tipped to Kaye, who clears it to Alvarez. Down low to Dubois. Again, Dubois! What a look from Orlando Alvarez.
Dubois got 9 points in this quarter.
17 on the afternoon. Back to an 11-point lead. So pass down low to Tuck. Tuck, extra pass to Wyatt, and he scores it. So back to a 9-point lead, and Dubois again alone scores it again. 21 points.
Dubois must have an invisibility cloak because he is just sliding in right behind the defense every possession.
46-35, and we're not even at Hogwarts. 14 seconds left to go. Tuck Davis trying to draw the foul, and he does. We go against against the Wildcats with 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
It felt like Tuck just had it in his head. Even though he was outmanned, he just was going to go to the hoop, and he kind of got bailed out a little bit by that foul call.
I believe I misspoke on Dubois. I think he has 19 points instead of 21. But he's a guy that comes in averaging 11 points a game, so he's capable of double digits. But boy, it's been a great game. It'll be a non-shooting foul. Our producer Elizabeth points out with 9.7 seconds remaining. Our statistician actually says he does have 21. So we'll see if Tuck gets a lob coming in. Our camera professional, Colin, called it right. Nice shot by Tuck Davis on the inbounds play, and here's a three-pointer at the buzzer. No. So at the conclusion of the third quarter, it's a 9-point lead for the Wendover Wildcats. We have 1 quarter left to determine who will be the team out of this matchup that will play in the semifinals tomorrow night. This is 1A Basketball on 1aball.com.
what many are calling the best country music dinner show anywhere. Nightly at Bryce Canyon's Ebenezer's Barn and Grill. Live music with some of Nashville's best musicians and singers.
I got a feeling called the blues. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso.
A show that walks you through the history of country music and the history of Bryce Canyon.
Hell of a place to lose a cat.
The show runs every night. That's right, every night, from April to October. Get your tickets now at Ebenezer'sBarnandGrill.com.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit BryceCanyonCityUT.gov.
This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by the Larry H. Miller Summer Games on KSLSports.com. The score 46 for the Wildcats from Wendover, 37 for the Manila Mustangs. It's been just a surprising game so far.
Wendover has really came out firing, and I thought they were going to cool off a little bit, and yes, they have from three, but they're still playing with so much fire. They're working the ball inside. Everything is working for them right now as they get another steal.
How many turnovers, Austin? Our statistician, Austin Owens, has 12 turnovers for the Manila Mustangs in this one. Dubois, he's feeling it. No. We think after looking at our stats once again during the break, he does have 21 points. Wonder what his career high is. He's right up in there. 46-37. Here's Tuck Davis. Long three. No. Rebound Gavin Gonder. Gavin puts it on the floor. Just risky with this quick team, and he scores his first basket of the game. Gavin now with 3 points, and that was a critical shot.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. Everybody was down, looking for the ball, trying to scrabble for it, and then all of a sudden he just pops out and gets a bucket.
Orlando in some trouble. Finds Dubois. Extra pass. Out on top. Munoz steps back for the three. Got it. Raul Munoz. Raudel has 3 Bryce Canyon City three-pointers in this game. My goodness, 11 points.
That's the last thing that you want if you're Manila, is to give up threes.
That was a big play. I really thought that was a big possession for, as it's going to be a jump ball or a foul. Going to be a foul. I thought that was a big possession. The lead was only 7 for the Wildcats, and I thought that was a crucial play for them to nail 3 right there to go back up by double digits.
Yep, totally just stamped on any hope of momentum that Manila had with that awesome 2 down there. And in comes Codebert. Out comes Dubois, probably getting a quick blow, probably going to come in the last 3 or 4 minutes. We'll see how that affects this game, because Codebert's been important, but Dubois is really leading the team right now.
The ball is nearly thrown away, but I don't think that the Wildcat coaching staff had that angle we had. It actually went off the back of one of the Wildcat players out of bounds. Nice job by the officiating crew.
Yeah, great call there.
Kyler Hughes inbounds it to Tuck, and Tuck gets called for the offensive foul. Davis picks up his 3rd personal, and now it's a full court press put on. It's like a man-to-man full court press.
Now, this is the one thing that we haven't seen from Manila. They've been changing things up on the defensive end, but we haven't seen Wendover react to a full court press.
They break it. Tanguero with 1 pass from Orlando. Now Tanguero's in some trouble. A timeout's called. We'll take it as well. This is 1A State Championship Basketball, brought to you by 1A.com and TeamHive.live.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com. Race scheduled for July 15th.
Are you tired of winter and ready to ride? We invite you to Bryce Canyon Mule Days 2023. Join us April 30th through May 6th in Tropic, Utah. There will be guided mule rides, vendors, food, and fun. Our arena events, a Friday night concert featuring Grant Hill and Andy Nelson, and the premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on Saturday, May 6th. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com, and we will see you there.
Out of the timeout, it's a turnover. No. Somehow the Wildcats stayed off of the turnover. My goodness, Tanguero on his back. That was a sure turnover. With 11 seconds left, Coda Bear has the ball in the low block. Coda, fancy footwork, shot off the glass is no good. The ball's knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats. So we'll mark this down with 6 minutes to play, 5:54 to play. It's a 10-point lead. We'll see what Manila does. Their season hangs on these next 6 minutes. A favorite to win the tournament, or at least make it the championship, if not win. One of the favorites at any rate. The 24 season, it comes down to this. Here's a shot up and one. Gavin Gonder with a big basket.
All right, here we go. This could be a changing. This could be a turning point in this game. If he can convert on this and one.
So Wyatt Muir will check in for Gavin. Should he make this shot from his trip to the Legacy Ace Harbor free throw line? Going back to our key to the second half, we'll see if Manila can get into some kind of a rhythm, a groove. Shot's no good, but Tuck follows it up and scores with his left hand. Was that Tuck Davis or was that Browning?
No, that was Tuck Davis.
So Tuck Davis now with 19 points, right on his season average. Here's a backdoor cut. Munoz up and good. So a 4-point play is negated on the other end. Boy, how good has Rydell Munoz been right from the get-go today?
It feels like every single time Manila gets some sort of momentum play, Wendover just comes right back with a big bucket or a steal or a defensive stop.
And down low, it's Gavin Gonder. He scores it with Coda Bear right behind him. That was a great play. Timeout's called by Manila. We'll take it as well. It's back to a 6-point game. 5 minutes to go. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
The Smile Artist located here in Cedar City. If you've ever wanted a new smile, but something's been holding you back, I'd love to spend a minute with you and just answer your questions. If you go to my website, you can set up a free 15-minute video phone call with me where we can just talk about it. The next step is also free. You'd come in and we'd actually design your smile together right there in the chair, print it out, and have you snap it in and give it a test run before doing the actual veneers. To check out my smile portfolio, visit drrobdental.com.
Is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Paul, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Just like we mend it now. All right.
For over 50 years, Flaming Gorge Resort has offered lodging, restaurant, rafting, RV park, and fishing guides for anyone visiting the Flaming Gorge area. Stop in and see us at Flaming Gorge Resort.
Fans, this exciting 1A state championship style basketball is brought to you by Bryce Canyon City. Stay tuned for the Bryce Canyon City player of the game at the conclusion of this afternoon's game. It's a 6-point lead. This is the closest it's been. We've been at 6 points twice in the fourth quarter, but hasn't been within 6 points since probably the second quarter.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And our statistician Ozzy and our producer Elizabeth were talking about something over the break that I want to bring up. I think it's a good point, is that Tuck, with 19 points, he's been this entire Manila offense.
Orlando Alvarez, what a play. We'll see if someone else can get involved in this Manila offense coming back the other way.
Exactly. Tuck Davis is their leading scorer. He averages almost 18 points a game. But they've had several other players, Gonder, Browning, Hughes, Moore, that average almost 8 to 10 points a game.
Shots missed. Tuck can't get the rebound.
And they're going to need to chip in. It can't be all Tuck if Manila wants to come back and win this game. He's going to need some help on the offensive end.
With 4:26 to go, it's an 8-point lead. Remember, fans, it was 10-point disadvantage for Manila at 6 minutes to go. Kaye to Munoz. Back to Kaye on the left wing. Down low is Dubois. Kaye. Manila taking their time. Wildcats, that is. Taking their time. Working on a 14-second shot clock. There's Kaye. Lose the ball out of bounds. That's the danger when you try to take the ball out of the air. The air out of the ball. Sometimes you cough it up like that.
Then you do end up taking the ball out of the air, putting it on the ground like that.
Oh, goodness. 53-45. Austin says you take the ball out of the air. It's goaltending. If it's on its way down, only Austin. The shot up and no good for Kyler. Hughes gets the rebound and goes back up, scores it. 6-point lead.
There it is. We're starting to see other players besides Tuck contribute. Tuck only has 2 points in this quarter. Hughes has also 2, and Gonder has 6.
Hughes now with 11 points in the game. His team now trails by 6. Can Orlando Alvarez answer again? The ball's thrown away. 2 straight turnovers for Wendover. Slaw drives, dishes, Tuck, shoots it. No! He misses it. Rebounded by Brown. He doesn't miss. And timeout's called again. It's a 4-point lead, and here come the Manila Mustangs. We'll be back on 1aball.com.
You're on this campus business team that lives and works together at the University of Utah. Your team has come up with this cool new ski rack. For real, it's going to market. Then you say to yourself, hold on, sports fans.
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join a campus living team. Yes, our freshman experience is refreshingly different. Only at the U.
The Gifts from Grady Foundation Charity Poker Run will be held April 22nd. For registration rules and regulations, go to giftsfromgrady.com. Raising awareness about organ donation, one tiny donor at a time, in honor of Grady Boy. Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need.
This state championship basketball game is brought to you by Bryce Canyon Mule Days. The conclusion of the Bryce Canyon Mule Days will have the Cromley Canyon Mule Sale. It's a great event that takes place in Tropic, Utah. Great time to go out and hit some of the trails in Color Country. So after trailing by as many as 14 points, the Manila Mustangs have whittled the Wildcat lead down to 4.
It's crazy. You can feel the energy building in the building. It's building in the building. All the Manila fans are on their feet right now as they get another stop.
3 straight turnovers. So it comes down to defense with 3 minutes left to go. At 6 minutes, the lead was 10. At 3 minutes, the lead is 4.
Let's see if Manila still tries to go through Tuck for their offense.
Kyler Hughes gets to the junction, passes back out to Wyatt. Now it's Browning on the right wing. Tuck Davis has the ball at the top. They cycle it to Kyler Hughes on the left wing. Beyond the three-point line, back to Davis. Davis gets step on his defender, shoots it. Doesn't get to go with the left hand. Dakota Bear pulls on the rebound. Big stop for the Wildcats.
Now, what I don't like what Wendover has done is that they're taking themselves out of their element. They've been playing fast, a ton of ball movement. But now, as they had that 10-point lead, you'll see it with a lot of teams where they try and, like you said, take the air out of the ball. And that different style leads to this.
Tuck with the steal for the tie. He misses. It's a block foul. Wildcats wanting a charge, but Tuck Davis can come to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line and tie this thing up. Excuse me. It's a 4-point lead. Yep, 4-point lead. Excuse me. So he could cut the lead in half. Tuck Davis had a couple of layups here that he would normally make. They just came a little bit short on these last 2 possessions.
Yes, if he had made his layup that was clear and it was easy, then he could have a chance to tie at this possession.
Free throw by Tuck's good. Wow. Tell you, when the game's on the line, your money players come through, and Tuck Davis is one of those guys. He's got 20.
Yeah, that's incredible. Great night for him.
He's had earned him, though. Wendover's played very well against Tuck Davis today.
Yes, he's definitely had to earn every single point.
Tuck drains them both in crunch time, cuts the lead squarely in half to a 2-point cushion. Orlando Alvarez brings the ball across the timeline. Orlando, guarded by Slot, stolen. Kyler Hughes, a nice help defense to tie the game. Nope, he's fouled by Munoz, so he'll have to hit a couple free throws to tie this thing up. And what a run back for Manila. It was a 9-point lead to start this fourth quarter, 46-37. And since then, it's been a 16-5 run.
Yeah. Here goes Tyler Hughes to the free throw line. These are crucial.
Here's the first free throw. Yes. Again, the lead cut in half from the line. And just as you pointed out, right from the get-go, Jared, free throws could come into play with all those fouls at the first of the game. That's certainly been the case. For the tie, for the first time, yes. Tie game.
Let's see if Wendover will go back to their offense or if they're still going to try to play this slow, playing not to lose style of offense.
Yeah, it kind of went out of their element, like you said, Jared. Orlando driving the side, will be a charge block. Nope, it'll be a block, and 2 shots will be awarded to Orlando Alvarez. And Tuck Davis picks up his 4th personal foul.
Now that is definitely something to watch here. He has to be very careful.
Orlando Alvarez, one of only 2 players who have scored in this fourth quarter for the Wildcats. Rodel Munoz made a basket, and Orlando Alvarez made one. Alvarez to break the tie. He does. Pressure free throws. These 2 all-stars for their teams playing well. Kyler Hughes just canned a pair of huge ones as well. Free throws good. All 3 of those guys, great 1A basketball players.
Super clutch.
With under 2 to play, it's a 2-point lead for Wendover. Slaw drives, kicks in the corner to Browning. Browning tiptoes along the end line, tries to pass it to Tuck. Tuck gets it, dribbles, it'd be a double dribble. Yep, Tuck took one. The Mustang fans are just thinking that he didn't dribble, they just kind of bobbled it, but boy, goes the double dribble.
Yes, and it's one of those that's so close. It's just when he's trying to catch the ball.
Munoz catches the inbound pass. His team has a 2-point lead. They've led the whole game. And timeout's called. We'll take it as well. It's a 2-point lead for the Wildcats. They have the ball when we come back on 1aball.com.
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese in Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese. Inline Outdoors is a family-owned clothing company located in Wendover, Utah. We support the Wildcat basketball teams. Good luck at state. Go Cats!
Legacy Ace Hardware and Sporting Goods, 159 North Main in Panguitch. Come in and visit us for all your hardware and sporting good needs. Legacy Ace Hardware, proudly supporting Utah High School athletics.
What a game in quarterfinal action in the 1A state championships. Glad you could join us on KSLSports.com, 1aball.com, KTTA. This game also brought to you by TeamHive.live, and it's been a dandy.
This has been an amazing game, probably the best one that we've seen at this tournament so far.
So it's a great comeback. Manila is trailed by as many as 14 if you're just joining us. The lead is now just 2. And it's another near steal. Orlando picks it back up smartly for the Wildcats. Wendover with the cross-court pass, working on a 15-second shot clock with 1:10 remaining in the game. Orlando Alvarez, his team clinging to a 2-point lead. There's a backdoor cut by Munoz. It's a 4-point lead with a minute to play.
Absolutely beautiful find by Orlando Alvarez.
So shot the other way, no. Tuck Davis to follow, no. The rebound, shot up by Browning, and one!
Incredible.
Riley Browning with the biggest shot of his state tournament experience. He's got 6 points, looking for more from the free throw line. The junior, what a play.
That was incredible. Falling away from the basket, just threw it up as he spun around and it went in.
So lead was 4th minute to play. It's now 2 with 51 seconds to play. Will it be 1 from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line? It is not, but the rebound comes right down to Gavin Gondor. He's been a beast on the boards, and just like that, the Manila Mustangs can tie it up again. They trail by 2. What a great game. Tuck Davis out on top to Kyler Hughes on the left wing. Kyler, there's a foul underneath. Go against Coda Bear. And Slaw comes to the line for the big front end of a 1-and-1. Take a look at this replay. You can see down there at the bottom of your screen, Coda Bear just helps Slaw to his seat and gets called for the foul.
It's hard for a big man like that. You're just so much bigger that even the smallest of moves can knock over a small player like Slaw.
This will be a 2-shot foul. He rattles it home. It's a 1-point lead for the Wildcats. We have not had an overtime game yet. The timeout's called by Manila. We'll take it. Slaw's at the line when we come back. His team trails by 1 on 1aball.com.
You like car shows? Well, let's supersize it, as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Penguins Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Penguins Main Street from 8 to 10:30. Saturday, the show will be at the Penguin City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75. We support all the truck drivers that make our communities better. We wish all teams success.
Bryce Canyon National Park is celebrating its 100th anniversary with concerts, festivals, and events throughout the year. Start making plans now to join us for this once-in-a-lifetime celebration at brycecanyon.org.
125 years of growth, of exploring, of discovering new possibilities. 125 years of innovating, of connecting, of soaring to new heights. At Southern Utah University, students are our #1 priority. Everything we do, our programs, professors, services, are here to help you succeed, impacting the lives of generations. We've put you first for 125 years, and we're just getting started.
Ashton Slaw to attempt the biggest free throw in his career at Manila to tie the game with 36 seconds. He does! Tie game. Manila's never led in this game. We're all tied up at 57 apiece. Back the other way. And a timeout's called. We'll take this as well. With 27.5 seconds left, the shot clock and the game clock are essentially identical. We'll take a quick break and be back for the conclusion of this one. In regulation, we're all tied up at 57 on 1aball.com.
Wells Rural Electric exists to serve its members and support its communities. We're proud of Wendover student athletes. Go Wildcats!
Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games is Utah's premier sporting event. The games are hosted by Southern Utah University, and we invite you to be part of the action. Register today and compete in a variety of events, from barrel racing, skeet shooting, basketball, track, arm wrestling, long-range rifle and pistol shooting, ultimate frisbee, horseshoes, swimming, and so much more. Find your event and register today at utahsummergames.org.
Kansas 1A State Championship basketball game is brought to you by Windy Mesa Studios. We're on TeamHive.live and KTTA Channel 8.1. Okay, let's take a look at this. Dr. Jared, what are you going to predict here? What are you going to prescribe for this Wendover Wildcat team?
Okay, so you have the shot clock at 27 seconds, game clock at 27.5, so there's basically no difference there. For me, if I'm the coach, I want the last shot. I know that some coaches in this kind of situation will want to get a shot up with like 8 seconds to go so that you can have the hope of maybe an offensive rebound. But from personal experience, when I was a senior in high school, our team took a shot with 8 seconds left with the game tied. The other team got the rebound and shot a half-court shot for the win. So if I'm Wendover's head coach, Kyle Murphy, I just want to get the last shot and at the very least go to overtime.
Okay, here we go. Here's a sideline send-in. Comes out to Kaye, who hands to Orlando Alvarez. We'll see what they do. If they'll wait for the last second. Just hanging on the ball has kind of been a trick in this fourth quarter for Wendover. It's a 15-second clock. Kaye has the ball. Slaws all over Orlando. Here's Kaye with 7 seconds. Munoz throws it away with 3.5 seconds remaining. He's looking for Dubois. So, Manila, they'll call a timeout. We'll take it as well. They're looking for their first lead of the game. They got 3.5 seconds to find it. We'll be back for more on TeamHive.live and 1aball.com.
Windy Mesa Studios of Penguins is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014.
This year, as we celebrate Bryce Canyon National Park's 100th anniversary, we invite you to be part of the Bryce Canyon Association so that future generations can enjoy it as we do today.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com. Race scheduled for July 15th.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Paul, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Just like we mend it now.
3.5 seconds remaining. We welcome you back to 1A State Championship Basketball, brought to you by Dr. Rob Barrick Dental. And keep in mind, too, with Manila, they'll be on the opposite end of their basket. There'll be a baseline sent in from there. It's a two-shot foul if Wendover commits a foul here.
Yeah, that's first item of business. 0 fouls for Wendover. On the Manila side, you want to get something going towards the basket.
Dustin Shakespeare always says you have as many dribbles as seconds left. So three dribbles. There's a pass. Kyler for the win. No! We're going overtime. The first overtime of the tournament. We have 4 minutes to decide this one. It's been too much fun to end now. We'll have you come back with us. The fourth quarter, the overtime coming up right after this on 1aball.com.
What many are calling the best country music dinner show anywhere. Nightly at Bryce Canyon's Ebenezer's Barn and Grill. Live music with some of Nashville's best musicians and singers.
I got a feeling called the blues. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso.
A show that walks you through the history of country music and the history of Bryce Canyon.
Hell of a place to lose a cat.
The show runs every night. That's right, every night, from April to October. Get your tickets now at Ebenezer'sBarnandGrill.com.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit BryceCanyonCityUT.gov.
Are you tired of winter and ready to ride? We invite you to Bryce Canyon Mule Days 2023. Join us April 30th through May 6th in Tropic, Utah.
This 1A State Championship Basketball game is brought to you by Mule Days. It'll be coming up later this spring. We'll also have that Chromley Canyon Mule Sale coming up in Tropic, Utah. And wow, how crazy is this? It was a 10-point lead of 6 minutes to go. Manila whittled their way all the way back into this one. The tip goes to the Wildcats, and here we go.
Yep. I'm going to give you 2 things to watch here. Number 1, Tuck Davis on defense. As he gets a tip there, that was great.
He's stolen right back. Dubois to score. No. Ball goes over his head on the rebound. The ball's loose on the floor. Kaye comes out with it. There's guys all over the place. A foul jump. It's going to be a foul, and nice sportsmanship that time by Valle, helping the Manila player off the ground. So it'll be a 1-1. That's the 8th team foul against the Mustangs.
Like I was saying, though, we got to watch Tuck Davis. He's got 4 fouls right now. He's been the leading scorer in the entire game, basically. If he fouls out, this could mean disaster for Manila.
Valle, cool as a cucumber, drops in the first free throw. If you're just joining us, Manila trailed by as many as 14 in this game.
In that fourth quarter, they outscored Wendover 24-12.
Wow, great stat. Both free throws good. Wow, Valle, he's got 6 points, none bigger than the final 2 from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. 59-57.
Speaking of the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, all of these free throws in the last couple of minutes have been so clutch. We haven't seen a miss yet, I feel like.
Tuck Davis comes to the line, to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, just as you mentioned that, Jared.
Hopefully I didn't jinx him.
Good call by Jared Call. Tuck comes to the line. He's working on a 21-point afternoon. Make it 22. So uses all the rim before it tickles the nylon. Davis sets for his second one. No. And the rebound falls down to Munoz. Davis with 22 points now on the game, leading all scorers. And instead of got a bounce, it's going to be Durand. Uriel turns it over.
Now Manila has a chance to take their first lead of the ball game.
Go to Bears checked in as we near 3 minutes to go in the overtime. Extra session, final frame. Tuck doesn't take the three. Wildcats defend well here. Coda Bear, good defense, and the ball's thrown away. Nice defensive stand that time by the Wildcats.
Yep, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for them. For Manila, it was a good possession, but when they got the ball down to Gonder, he just got a little too angsty, jumped up in the air, and had to get rid of it before he came back down.
It really, unless you're Michael Jordan, it really limits your options when you jump. You just don't have much time to do much.
Yep.
Well, Mac McClung, wow, what a dunk competition he had.
That was crazy.
Orlando throws it away. That's a rare turnover. And stolen right back. Wow, what great hands. Orlando down to Dubois. He scores it. What a good look. 2 great passes after the steal.
Dubois' first point since the third quarter.
Valle, what a great steal. 23 points now for Dubois, and then back to a 3-point lead. Wow, what a great game. I feel bad for whoever loses this one. What a great game.
Has been an amazing contest.
Kyler, no. Coda Bear with the rebound.
It looked like Dubois got a little bit of the ball as he was coming up with it for the shot.
So with 2:10 left to go, we'll see if Wendover kind of takes the air out of it. This time they don't. Orlando scores it with the left hand.
It was an awesome scoop layup. That's super hard to do with his left hand. Hold it out in front of himself and the defenders, but with nice touch off the glass in for 2.
14 points, just like that's a 5-point lead. Oh my goodness, 5-point lead in overtime. Here's a 3-pointer by Kyler. No. Tuck Davis with the rebound. And stolen from behind by Orlando, and he fouls out. Tuck Davis fouls out on the ensuing rebound.
That's huge.
Check out this replay. I mean, it was a good rebound, and then just the quick hands. We talked about this all game long with Orlando. Great replay that time by our producer, Elizabeth. He's affected this game on both sides of the court.
Yes, he just got to the spot first, and Tuck's momentum just carried him into him.
You know, you remember when you watch a game on ESPN and it has a % chance of winning. I felt like in this overtime, the % chance was definitely Manila's favor. They had all that momentum, but now suddenly it's a 5-point deficit they face. Again, they've come from behind by 14 this game, but it's a big front end of 1-1 by Orlando Alvarez here. He drains it. Nothing but the bottom. 15 points.
I've been really surprised at Wendover, how at the end of the game your emotions are so high. You're basically running off of only adrenaline.
This one's missed. Coda Bear has the rebound momentarily, but Browning comes out of there with it. Nice job. Browning takes it himself. Shot is no good. Had a big 3-and-1 earlier.
Wow.
Rebounded by Gavin Gonder, and he scores it. Timeout's called. We'll take it. With 1:32 left to go, back to a 4-point game, 64-60. We'll be back for more on TeamHive.live and KTTA channel 8.1.
The Smile Artist located here in Cedar City. If you've ever wanted a new smile, but something's been holding you back, I'd love to spend a minute with you and just answer your questions. If you go to my website, you can set up a free 15-minute video phone call with me where we can just talk about it. The next step is also free. You'd come in and we'd actually design your smile together right there in your chair, print it out, and have you snap it in and give it a test run before doing the actual veneers. To check out my smile portfolio, visit drrobdental.com.
For over 50 years, Flaming Gorge Resort has offered lodging, restaurant, rafting, RV park, and fishing guides for anyone visiting the Flaming Gorge area. Stop in and see us at Flaming Gorge Resort.
You're on this campus business team that lives and works together at the University of Utah. Your team has come up with this cool new ski rack. For real, it's going to market. Then you say to yourself, hold on, sports fans.
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join a campus living team. Yes, our freshman experience is refreshingly different. Only at the U.
Championship basketball game brought to you by the Bryce Canyon Half Marathon in July. Here's the pass over the top by Dubois. It's a 2-on-2 fast break. Dubois wisely passes it out, trying to find a guy to pass it out to, and he does. So Tuck Davis is fouled out. It's a 4-point deficit the Manila Mustangs face. Wildcats have the ball. Here's Orlando Alvarez. Impossible shot. No. Rebound is controlled by Gavin Goner. He's been a great force on rebounding on both sides of the court, offensively and defensively. Big possession here for Manila.
I'm usually not a fan of the quick two, but at this point, only down 4 with a minute left. You'll get another possession if you can get a bucket here fast.
So 20-second shot clock, minute game clock. Kyler with some contact. It hangs, it doesn't go down. Coda Bear secures a defensive board, and under a minute to go, it's a 4-point lead. This is how it was in regulation, really. A timeout's called, and we'll be right back. In overtime, 4-point lead. Wildcats have the ball and the 4-point cushion. We'll be back for more on 1ABall.com.
The Gifts from Grady Foundation Charity Poker Run will be held April 22nd. For registration rules and regulations, go to giftsfromgrady.com. Raising awareness about organ donation, one tiny donor at a time, in honor of Grady Boy. Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need.
The state championship basketball game is brought to you by SUU on TeamHive.live. And from our SUU halftime report, starting with our Snow College pregame report, what a great game today, Jared.
Awesome. This has been incredible. I mean, Wendover came out of the gate, smacked Manila in the mouth, got out to an early lead, 14-point lead, and then Manila made that crazy comeback in the fourth quarter to send it to overtime. And 4-point game, 48 seconds left. This is far from over. There's still a chance for both teams to walk out victory.
Right, the odds were very similar in the fourth quarter. One key difference, however, is Tuck Davis is on the bench with his 5th foul. These teams have not faced each other this season, so we don't have anything to kind of compare previous matchups with. But just looking at schedules, looking at this game, it's just been a shocking performance today by the Wildcats. Coda Bear catches the inbounds pass, so they secure it. 45 seconds. It's a 4-point lead. Munoz is tripped up, keeps his feet, scores it, it's a 6-point lead.
What an incredible clutch shot from Munoz, falling over one-footed.
Kyler Hughes jumps it, scores it with 30 seconds left. Back to a 4-point lead. Back the other way. Here's Orlando.
You're probably going to have to foul on this possession because they can just dribble it out.
That's true. Here's Coda Bear. And that's it.
Or you can pass it to Coda Bear for 2.
The Wildcats will play the Paiute Thunderbirds tomorrow in big action, but they cut in half. Holy cow.
The clock should have stopped, right?
A foul is called. Kyler Hughes cuts the lead in half, so 6.4 seconds left. They refuse to say dive. Manila Mustangs hanging in there, and the balance of the game hangs on the front end of a 1-and-1. That's just the 9th team foul. And Orlando Alvarez, if you're a Wildcat fan, that's a 2-shot foul. That's a 10th foul. So one of these two will ice the game. Man, how good is that? Kyler Hughes, if I had a vote, which some years I have and some years I haven't, he would be a first-team All-Stater.
Yeah.
At least all-tournament team. It's a free throw. It's holy cow. Poke a couple holes in the potato. I think it's done. What a game. Just sad someone has to lose. The Manila Mustangs, what a fantastic season. Doesn't take away from the great effort these guys have had. But, boy, what a huge win for Wendover. No fouls called. There's some contact. Hughes trying to draw a foul, and with 0.9 seconds left, it's going to be a 5-point win. That'll do it.
Wow.
Wendover will play the Paiute Thunderbirds tomorrow for a crack at the state championship. What an upset win. The number 7 seed ousts the number 2 seed. We'll be back with our Ruby's Inn post-game report following these messages.
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese and Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes